So welcome. This is a one-off video interview with my friend Mick Kiff of Think Visual. It's the first time I've ever done an interview like this. I usually do them live streaming, but we're just going to talk about his channel now. So Mick, could you tell us a bit why you started your Think Visual channel, please?
What, Think Visual?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I started Think Visual, because the Kinks made an LP called Think Visual in 1986, and a friend of mine was the manager of the Kinks, Larry Page, and I looked at the album and I see what the tracks was on it, and one of the tracks was Think Visual, and another track was called Video Shop, right? And there's a great track called Lost and Found, and this album should have been a big hit, but unfortunately the radio stations all around the world didn't play Think Visual album very much. They missed a chance, because that album is one of the best Kinks albums you could ever have. And I decided one day when I started on my Facebook, I thought I'll make a Think Visual page up, and that's what I did, Think Visual. And I made a Think Visual show Top 40 show, using friends' names who was Kinks fans. Certain people I didn't put in there because everyone would think, well, they know they're a big Kinks fan. So I did it for the people who I got on with, who I thought was okay, you know, and I made it up.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do, and it's still fun to do, and hopefully we'll put the Think Visual charts back. Now I do know Dave Davis has seen it.
Yeah.
And he probably thinks I'm mad. But really it's all around the Kinks. I've been a fan of the Kinks since 1964.
Yeah.
And I'm still a fan now. And there's lots and lots of Kinks records which are fantastic. But unfortunately, with time passing on, they've been lost in time.
Yeah.
So what Think Visual about is to fetch some of these songs back. Like we all know that Celluloid Heroes from years ago should have been a great big hit.
Yeah.
I mean, I often think to myself now, if they've got a lot of stars to sing this song, you can fit it into lots and lots of things in life.
Yeah.
Because you don't realise that what the record's about, it's about stars, what's passed away. And like we all pass away, but you've got to remember that we're all stars in our own way.
Yeah.
And that kind of tells you that when you see these films from years ago and you see these people, you forget they're passed on, but they're still here, because the celluloid, what they're on,
yeah,
they're still about.
Yeah, yeah, and the music's still here, isn't it? Yeah.
Like Paul, my son Paul,
yeah,
he can't understand it, because the other week we was watching something on the, he was listening to his radio.
Yeah.
And he heard George Michael, and he said to me, "Dad, he's not dead, you lied to me."
Yeah.
I said, "What are you on about?" He said, "George Michael's on the wireless."
Yeah.
And he can't understand that someone who passes on, you can still see him on the telly, and you can still hear him on the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he thinks, well, he doesn't know about anything like that, about people dying. He doesn't realise.
Yeah.
He thinks you're here forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
you know,
yeah, I can understand Paul's thinking, logic.
Yeah, I mean, one day in the car, Keith,
yeah,
I said to him, I was coughing in the car, and Paul said, "Pack the smoking in, Dad." He said, "You won't be here."
Yeah.
So I said, "You'll miss me, son." He said, "No, I won't." And I thought, well, what's he on about? He won't miss me. So I took it a bit further up, Paul. I said, "Well, are you going to see me?" He said, "Are you stupid, Dad?" And he put his hand up in the air like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's he trying to tell me? And he said, "I'll visit you on a plane."
Yeah.
I said, "Visit me on a plane?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What?" He said, "Because you'll be in the sky, Dad." He said, "I'll visit you in a plane." I said, "Are you stopping?" He said, "No." He said, "I'll come back and leave you there." So that's what he thinks. he doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's sad to think that lots of things in life he will never know.
Yeah.
And so by doing Think Visual, it gives me something to do.
Yeah.
Because I do look after Paul the best way I can.
Yeah.
And I've got to do something because I can't just spend all my time looking after Paul all the time. I've got to do something for myself.
Yeah.
So I found this Think Visual to do.
Yeah.
And it revolves wherever you go or whatever I do, it's revolved by the Kinks.
Yeah. So Michael, what's your favourite album of the Kinks then?
Well, it's Think Visual. It's got to be Think Visual. I like Phobia, UK Jive. I like the newer stuff than the old stuff. The old stuff, there's one LP there's two LPs what stand out from years ago. That is the Village Green Preservation Society and Arthur. Great albums, but unfortunately, Radio 1 at the time didn't play them, and Pie Records wasn't interested in the albums. The only thing they was interested was the singles. I mean, the singles from the albums didn't do very well because unfortunately you couldn't find them in the shop. Shangri-La was a great track. Driving never stood a chance, and it just puzzles you that the record company, perhaps it was because Pie at the time, the contract on the Kinks was coming up, and they thought, well, if they don't have an hit, when we sign them again, we can say, look, you ain't had an hit, so unfortunately we don't have to offer you a big advance of money. But in the meantime, he had a hit with Lola in 1970, and that altered things. But Ray decided to go to RCA.
So thank you very much, Mick. I appreciate this quick interview with you today. Hope that you enjoyed what you learnt about Think Visual's channel. The description for Mick's channel will be in the description below. He's only got 50 subscribers. Hope you'll go over and have a look at his channel, and if you like, leave a comment and share the video, and also subscribe to his channel. So thank you for joining me on this Thursday morning on this interview with Mr. Think Visual, Michael Kiff. Thank you very much. Bye all.